Thank you, Presiding Officer. Could the Cabinet Secretary confirm what work has been undertaken to learn from the successful use of citizens' assemblies in Canada, Australia, Poland and Ireland, which could be applied to its use here in Scotland?
Michael Russell.
I think Rona Mackay makes a really important point. There have been examples of this being used in different ways and in different circumstances. In Oregon, for example, I understand that citizens' assemblies are used to quantify the debate that takes place in a referendum. So the question in the referendum is defined by the Citizens' Assembly and the arguments on both sides. So it provides a sort of interlocutor role. There was a Citizens' Assembly on electoral reform in British Columbia, which actually did not produce a result that was eventually translated into law. There were two referenda on it. One narrowly succeeded and one narrowly failed. So there have been different and mixed experiences. Those who attended the event that the Irish organisers put forward last week know that there has been some very, very valuable experience, particularly with the Eighth Amendment to the Constitution, which many of us would have thought, as most in Ireland thought, was almost impossible to resolve, given the depth of feeling on both sides and the difficulty on both sides. That was done by people listening to arguments they'd never heard before. And I've made that point in this statement. If you're against Citizens' Assembly, you're against debate and discussion, and you're against putting ideas forward and having ideas considered on their merits. Forgive me, Presiding Officer, but just let me finish on this point. In the Eighth Amendment process, one of the 5 sessions in the Citizens' Assembly was given over to 17 advocacy organisations that brought information and views to bear. They all had to submit papers which were peer-reviewed and they had to be factually based. And one of the members said they were hearing things they had never heard before. I hope the members in Scotland of the Citizens' Assembly will hear things about Scotland, about how Scotland goes forward that they have never heard before, because that means that Scotland will hear that as well. And that's a valuable contribution.